alignment. I'm talking fast cast flights, deep talks on the plane. Money working for me, no more stressing, no more chains. I'm still Harlem at the heart, I never lost my roots. I just traded in some Timbs for some tailored suits. I'm still loyal to the grind and I still speak my truth. I'm still betting on myself and I'm still raising my youth. I'm dueling my spirit and I balance it all. I'm soft when I love, but I'm savage when they call. See, freedom ain't luck, it's structure and faith. It's a discipline to build what they say that you can't make. Yeah, I'm chilling with a palm sway, dream bigger every calm day. If you knew what I've been through, you'd pray my way. Things. I want everybody to remember, for one, this is a journey. Two, my whole goal is to make things as simple as possible. I kind of gave you guys a few classes where I kind of just showed you kind of a full picture, right? But of course, I have to show you how I built that picture together. Type of three, if that makes sense. All right. So I know some people like, man, I'm still lost type, right? I expect you to be lost, right? I don't want you to feel like you were supposed to figure out this process in just 3 videos without any homework, without any, any foundation yet, right? I was just showing you the picture. So starting from this class is where we're going to layer everything together. So for one, you have to be one patient with yourself, right? I always tell new students, your job when you first come in is to learn how to navigate the space, right? When I say navigate the space, I mean you have to know, the trade sessions so you can try to be active around those time frames. And you may not could do it 5, 6 days out the week, but you have to find at least one day out the week to be tapped in with a session, right? Then you have to find some time to practice your craft, right? We have a lot of calls, but the whole goal is you may not be able to make it to every call, right? But you have to show up and do the parts you can do, right? You got to make sure that you remember we all got the same 24 hours, right? Some of us have to dedicate more hours to other things. So if you got 24 hours and you check your schedule and you realize, man, I literally just have 1 hour free, you need to lock in so tough doing that 1 hour so you can free up 2 hours. And if you be honest with yourself and you look at every single 24 hours, and I mean hour by hour, half an hour by half an hour, can you find time that you wasted? If you can, just thinking about it, type a one in the chat. Is there some time where you were supposed to go online, you're supposed to send somebody one message, and something pops up, and next thing you know, you scrolling in there for 2 hours, right? I know it happens because I do it. I'm supposed to be posting something and then something funny popped up, and now I'm sharing that in my stories in the middle of me supposed to be posting my results. So distracted. So distracted, right? But as you get better, you fine tune those distractions. And the best thing you can do for yourself is block out specific time. So that means you need to block out that time that you're going to sit there and trade. You need to block out the time you're going to actually apply what you learned from the live sessions, from the videos, right? You have to block out time to work on personal development. And I promise you, that is the most important one because that's the one that you have to do all by yourself. That's the part that we can't see. So if I gave a suggestion like, hey, you should read this book, but you don't read it, you're not going to get the benefit out of it, right? Let me know if this makes sense, right? So as far as the actual foundation for the trade work, right? I'm gonna promise y'all, you need to learn a little bit and you need to go apply it a lot, right? I don't want you guys to get in the habit of thinking that if you show up Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and you make sure you become obsessed, like, oh, I can't wait for the live session, I'm gonna learn so much. And then everything stops when you leave the session, and then you just be excited. You watch the chat, and then you show up to the next session, and you take your little trade secretly. You don't even tell the chat that you're in a trade with us. Let me know if you're doing that, right? Because Yesterday's call, when I seen how many people typed the seven that they was in the trade, I was shocked. I'm like, wait, how are all these people in the trade, but they not tuned in with the team? The same moment you pressed that button and took that trade, for one, the fact that somebody passed you a free bag, you should want to just show love and just say you caught the assist. If I got any basketball players in here, right, and you catch a good assist and you score for it, the first thing you want to do is go dap your person up that gave you the assist. Let me know if you understand what I'm saying, right? So let's do better and be a tribe. If you caught the bag, let us know. And if you lost the bag, definitely let us know so maybe we can go over what happened, right? Those things are super key, right? My team knows I talk a lot about them. Get out of the cave. You already been in the cave. You already been in the dark. We already been in the matrix. So to actually find the light and then keep yourself still in the dark, that doesn't make sense. You gotta come from the back. Stop. You don't gotta hide in the back. Come from the back. Come to the front. Right? Let me know if you understand what I'm saying. I need y'all to get out the cave. You gotta get closer to the fire so we all can become diamonds. Right? We don't want to turn around and gotta grab you and throw you in there. Like, no, come on, let's go. You signed up, you paid. Let's show up and do the work. It's super, super important. Right? Plus, it lets us feel good to know that you eating with us. That's why we do it. Like when I win trades by myself, I do not be. No, let me tell y'all, I do not be excited. I don't even have to say. I'll be like, so nobody in the trade with me? Like, oh, my goodness, guys, it's no fun if my homies can't have none. I can't get excited now. I can't brag. I can't celebrate because everybody in the cut in the dark and not eating with me. This one is sharing is caring. All right. We ain't gatekeeping. We giving y'all the gems of the gems. So everybody type in the chat tribe. We gonna move like a tribe. We gonna move like a tribe. Right? It's tribe vibes over here. Right? I don't even want y'all to look at me as a mentor. Right? I sometimes cringe when people text me, what's good, mentor? What's good, coach? I'd be like, cringe. No, we're financial best friends. We're financial millionaire best friends. That's how I need you to look at me. So when you make a mistake, you know you got a financial best friend. You need to call up your financial best friend and be like, best friend, I blew an account. Help me out, best friend. Don't be like, oh my God, I'm gonna disappoint my mentor. I'm gonna mess up. No, we need to tap in together and let's get back on the right track. Right? Because guess what? The person you call your mentor and your coach, I have a mentor, I have a coach. They don't know they my mentor or coach because they're online. But I need y'all to understand that we are financial best friends, right? We're gonna have our children, grandchildren, cousins. We're all gonna be locked in. So, all right, that's the mindset I wanted to set going forward. So don't feel overwhelmed if you don't get it all in one shot. Your job is know how to take the signals, know how to protect yourself when you're in profit, right? Knowing how to leave the trade alone, let it play out. That's your first job. So when you got that perfected, it's gonna make learning way easier, right? Because a lot of times we try to you be a student and become a millionaire as a student. And it's like, no, guys, we're giving you the assist. Use the assist to make money, take your time learning, and then it's all gonna blend together very nicely. Let me know if that makes sense, right? Don't try to use your student brain to become wealthy. Right now, the student brain got to learn and apply. And if you can copy and paste, then you can earn and learn. All right. Do we got the full vision of what your job is as a student? Yes, yes. It's about 41 people in here. Can we see 41 answers unless you're driving? All right? Because that's another thing. People have a habit of coming to class doing a lot of things in the background. This is serious business, right? I know y'all hear me laugh a lot and talk a lot, but y'all about to meet the educator Tom. So type of one if y'all can understand the energy about to be a little bit different because it's a serious business. It's a serious business. This is the 44-year-old about to be 45 talking to you. It's not the one that be playing, laughing, cracking jokes. This is serious business, right? You say you want to be financially free. Well, then when it's time for class, you shouldn't be walking around talking to people. They should already have the announcement. Hey, it's millionaire talk going on right now, and I got to be focused. I shouldn't even have my phone scrolling right now, right? If you want, take a picture right now and go tag me online. That y'all could do, right? Again, show love. I'm gonna give y'all everything I got. All you gotta do is show me love online. Show me that you learned something today. And I don't mean, oh, show love to go sign somebody up. No, show love that you learned something. People will better feel you if they know your journey, right? So everybody lock in, get your pens and pads. I'm about to share the screen and we getting down to serious business. Are y'all with me? Y'all ready for serious business? Y'all ready? Who ready? Who ready? Ready? And y'all know I love getting straight to the learning, but sometimes we gotta throw that mindset in there, get everybody straight, get the team ready. All right, perfect. Oh, and another thing, right? My course is usually I try to get out of there on an hour because it'd be so much information, right? But sometimes when I have to have like the beginning conversations, it may go a little bit longer so I can get y'all the information out there. So if you're not able to stay past the hour, I totally understand. But probably the first couple of classes will go a little bit longer. Everybody got that? Right? But my goal is really to be done within an hour. Can everybody see the screen? Yes, yes. Shout out to everybody that be typing in the chat and just taking a little step. Because if you could just put the seven when we say put the seven, then that means you're gonna probably put your stop loss in the right place when I tell you where to put the stop loss. Right? It be just the little things. So right now, you're gonna get into the foundation. All right. Another thing, when you're studying and you go watch the recording, you should get a piece of paper and actually draw out this picture, right? It's something about old school techniques that the brain loves. So I know a lot of people are visual learners, but you should definitely take the time when I say draw this box with this wick, you definitely should get your notebook and draw this out. Now you can't do it during class because I don't want you to miss anything, right? I want you to really just let it sink in, watch it. You go back with the recording and you apply it, right? What you see me do, you should do. So a lot of the times to point to something and then to have a text with it, you use the call out button, right? Because I'm able to point, drag it out, and I can put this is the high, right? When you want me to look at something in particular, this is a great feature to use, right? Do we understand this point is the wick, right? This is the high because it's on top. This is where price open. So remember, every candle is really a price bar. What does that mean? So if I use this candle and I point, if you notice on the right side, it's calculating the price. It's letting me know where I'm at with price. These price bars are reading price. That's all it means. So when a bullish candle opens, it opens from the bottom, right? Hakanashi candles usually go one direction. It's going up. The wick of the candle is letting you know the journey of price. That's all it's doing. It's letting you know, hey, when this candle opens, right, it got as high as 1.07751. But when this candle day ended, we closed at this price level of 1.05097. Does everybody understand that? Right? It's a price bar. It's reading the price. It's connected. It's telling you the story. Okay? So the story is really important. It's really important because when we choose to make a decision, we need to make sure that we're not entering off of a high and actually a close. So you have to know the anatomy of your candles because if I say, hey, we're going to enter when this candle closes, but it only wicks it, I need you to know the difference. Type of 3 if that makes sense. Right? That's all it's doing. It's just telling you the story of what happened on whatever time frame you're on. So if this is the daily time frame, it's letting me know, hey, today we opened at this price, price got this high, and we ended the day here. We ended at this value, right? Now the doji is a little bit different because depending on the candle, the only way we're gonna really know for doji is a buy or sell candle, and this reference will be the color, right? But the good thing about Hakanashi candles, we're not really concerned about is this a buy candle or sell candle, right? Because we have to understand this could be the open or this could be the open, depending on is it a sell or buy candle. Everybody got that? All right. Because if it's a buy candle, then it opens from where? The top or the bottom? The bottom. The sell candle, it opened from the top. So when it comes to consolidation, which is the trap candles, which is these doji candles, it doesn't really matter to open and close because the issue is the high and the low, the wicks outdo the body. When the wicks outdo the bodies, we gotta pause. We gotta wait. It's a trap going on. Right? So this is gonna be the low, and this is the high. Now understand dojis have different shapes. If this was up here, is it still a doji? Yes or no? Yes. What if it looked like this? Is it a doji? I got one no. What qualifies a candle to be a doji with Hakanashi candles? What qualifies it to be a doji? Yes, MJ. Wicks on both sides. If the wicks are on both sides, remember I said it's a little point, right? This arrow saying, hey, we want to go up. This arrow said we want to go up. But then this one says we want to go down. So I don't care if it's fat, if it's look like a cross. As long as these wicks are outdoing the open and the close, no matter what side it was on, right? It doesn't matter. That means there's indecision. Everybody got that part? We sure not, Kato. All bodies matter. And in this case, the wicks matter. All right. So now we got price opens at the top. Right. So if this one is a sell candle, what would this area be? I see all the veterans answering. How about this? Something I got to do already. GYTB members, if you have been with me more than a month, you cannot answer. Okay? And let's add a couple of nerds in here. No Sully, no Kato, no Damon, no Yanez, and no Patal. You guys cannot answer no more either. Okay? Y'all got it? Y'all can't answer. Everybody else has to answer. I will let y'all know when y'all can come back in. Right? The people in the back come to the front. I'm telling you, I even watched the chat. I'm gonna tell y'all gonna understand how it works. Come from the back. Come from the back. Okay? So, what is the answer? If it open from the top, And we got to the bottom, right? Close. I sure am. I will single you out. I'm telling y'all. Now, what is this called? What is the bottom called? Let's go, parlay. Close. Let's go. Good, Lavana, because you probably know the answer anyway. All right, Elaine, the low. Perfect. So we understand that, hey, when this price opened, it told you, hey, we're opening from this price. We got as low as here. And then boom, we closed here. We got the whole story. All right. So this is the anatomy of the candles. Now, there's one more piece missing. What else do we put up here? Just the, no, hold on. Sorry, let me fix the word for y'all. Below. Look at y'all getting it right already. Yes, Elaine, the high. Right? And you can also do this. You can just slash, put the words together. Right? So right now we got all the pieces. Now, I'll put it on the screen. You're going to put it in your notebook. You're going to write it out. Right? It probably seemed tedious, like, Ty, I got it. Right? I promise you, write it out. Draw it out. So, everybody got a screenshot. Everybody good. And again, you got the Canva trainer. It's on there. Parlay said they're screenshotting. All right, go ahead. Perfect. All right. Now, we got our open and close. It's super important, right? Open and close. We need to know where price started and where they ended so we can know what to do next, right? But we have to understand now the cycle, right? Price moves in a cycle, right? Right? It moves in a cycle. So let's make it bigger. And so you just wait. First stage always is consolidation. Always. Consolidation. Consolidation is equal highs and equal lows. Right? The next phase will be an expansion. Always your second phase. After the expansion, price needs to go back to the consolidation, right? And we call that the retracement phase. After it retraces to get more gas, it's going to now continue in the next cycle of going forward. So if it was a downtrend, right, we will consolidate first, right? Let's give you a little visual. If it's a downtrend, we're going to consolidate first, right? Equal highs and equal lows. Price is staying stuck between, right? And I'll use this because it's, you got to remember, it's about price on the side, right? It's stuck between 0.106 and 0.105. Everybody got that, right? It's stuck in a phase. Then price has to make a decision, right? I call it the Pac-Man. I say, hey, you got to be careful. When price is consolidating, it can choose to go either direction. And if you choose the wrong one, you're going to get ate up by the Pac-Man. Type of 2 if it makes sense. So why you got to be very patient during the consolidation phase. I don't want you to get ate up by the Pac-Man. So you wait. You wait till and you watch. I promise you 70% of this game is waiting. Waiting for the right opportunity to snipe. So we need to first see, can you repeat that, Ty? Which part? The Pac-Man part? Which part? Yes? Okay, cool. Remember, price has 2 jobs. We want it to go up or we want it to go down. When it's going sideways, making equal highs and lows and stuck between 2 price levels, it's in consolidation, is going sideways. We don't want to trade that because that means that there's a trap happening. And I call it the Pac-Man because price has to expand this way up or this way down, right? Think about a champagne bottle and you shaking that thing up and you shaking it up and you shaking it up. What's gonna happen when we open the champagne bottle? What's gonna happen? Right? It's gonna explode. But we don't know if it's gonna pop up or down, Randa. We don't know. What if the person is pointing down? Then it's gonna shoot down. Still gonna explode out, but it's gonna explode down. If you point it up, it's gonna explode up. So at that point, right, like Chad said in the chat, it's so much pressure build up. We don't know which way it's gonna go. So I just be putting visuals like, hey, this is the Pac-Man. You're gonna get ate up. Because you don't know which way the Pac-Man gonna go. Is the Pac-Man gonna go up or down? Well, if you get in the middle, you probably gonna get ate up either way. So that's why you stay out of the market at this point. You're not in the market, right? You gotta wait. You want to wait till they actually do the expansion phase, right? So if you notice, it'll be, let's say, a candle, Hakanashi candle closed outside of the box. How can I know for sure that it closed outside of this box, this trap? What tells me that this closed outside of it? Lisa says the body. What about the body? What about the body, Lisa? Sabine says it's break. Can we take something in for break? Let's go, Chai. It opened, but it closed. It officially closed outside, right? We got to know where that close is. It closed outside. So that means they finally broke out the box. But this doesn't mean we can take the trade because this can also be a what? It can be fake out. They could just pretending they want to go up. They could just be printed. So we don't want just to close outside the consolidation for the first phase, right? We need them to expand out of it. We need an impulsive big move, right? We want to see price expand out of there, right? You know, when you see those nice big moves, right? That's what we want to see. We want to see price. Show me you serious. Show me you really serious, right? We don't like them pump fakes. So let them lead the way, right? I know they told us in standardized indoctrination school, don't follow the leader. Now we're gonna follow the leader. We gotta follow where the money is. And the money said we want to go up. But we had to wait for that to happen. We'll get to that, right? Right now, we layering stuff together. So I'm gonna bring you back. Everybody type in the chat, slow down. I'm gonna have to slow y'all down a lot. Type in the chat, slow down. Don't worry about 4 hour, 1 hour, monthly. None of that matters right now. Slow down. Slow down. All right? That don't matter right now. We're not even there yet. This is why I say we gotta layer stuff because then if I just say it all right now, like I did all the other 3 videos, I'm gonna hear the same thing. Tom still lost. I don't really get it yet. I know because right now we gotta slow down. Let's go, Mo. Hold on. So again, the focus right now is we want to see an expansion move pop out. Right? We want to see a nice one. Tell me you serious, right? Then I already know where the base is. Can everybody type? Actually, draw it on the chart. Where is your base? Where is your earth? Where is the base? Where is your earth? Where is it? Where is it on the screen? Everybody now. Everybody now. Everybody now. Where is the earth? Somebody got a line high up in the sky. Somebody got a line high up at the new high. Yes. Now remember something, guys, right? What's going to help you remember something is price is never really about a line. It's about a zone, right? So when you put the green line directly all the way at the bottom, you might gonna miss out on some setups because price may not come all the way back to the bottom. So I wanted you to notate that, hey, the earth, right? It has some thickness to it, right? This is your whole earth. Right, you're gonna make that green. Just to help you understand, it's all about a zone. You don't want to get fixated just on one line. Fixate on your consolidation is your base. It's your earth. Everybody got that? Right? It's a whole zone. It's a whole zone. Now, when price expands up, right? What do I say is the next phase? What's the next part of the phase? Right? We got three so far. We had the consolidation. Price finally closed out, but we needed that expansion. What comes next? Look at the all-stars. The first multimillionaires is the ones in the front. I need the ones in the back. At least let's become thousandaires, right? So if price needs to come back to retrace, how are we going to get there? What needs to happen? If you had to take an educated guess, what needs to happen to price for us to get back there? Right? What if it says, hey, I want to do another one? It goes higher. What do we need to see? What do you think we need to see? Think in terms of our three candles, right? We learned about three candles today. Let's think in terms of our candles. What do you think needs to come first? I see some dojis in there, right? We can't get the master candle before the doji parlay, right? The doji has to show up first because in all reality, any one of these could have been the master. Any one of them could have turned out to be the master, right? But we need the doji to open, play around, and then fully close. That has to happen. You heard me, right? Keyword. It had to fully close. Boom, it closed. Now we have enough of the story to locate the master, right? What is the master? The master is the one that controls the candles that's causing indecision. This is the candle that is making people think, well, we've been buying, so this one should probably keep buying. I'm going to buy again. Then you got people that understand smart money concepts. They're like, well, we should be selling, and they're going to try to sell, and then price may just close up again, right? So it's really important for things to close so you can really know what it's going to do. So now that we have the doji, right, which one of these candles engrosses the entire candle here? Right? Is it the first one, the second, the third, the fourth one? Right? So if I took my rectangle and said, hey, I'm going to drag my box out. All right, that one doesn't control. All right, let's see if this one, no, that one doesn't control. Well, this one controls, but this one broke up higher, so you can't be a master because you're not controlling the top. So then this one comes into play. Now I have a master candle. And I'm going to drag my rectangle and put it right here. Because now I know what to expect, what part of the story to expect. Now, guess what? If the story don't play out as I want, it's okay. And it's only the body. Yep. If it don't play out how I want it to play out, it's okay. What do I say? Oh, it's not my trade. There's a lot of variations out there of how to trade these markets. I just say, hey, this is not my trade because I want the best setup. And right now it's a trap. So what do you think is going to happen next? If you had to take a guess, do you think we might get another doji? If you had to take a guess and how you notice price moves, right? Probably. All right. Now, at this moment, it's supposed to be retracement. I want you guys to draw on the chart. Where are we going to retrace to? Where are we going back to? Yes, yes, yes. So I want you guys to tell me in the chat which candles is going to get us back there. What candle? We got three options. I see flat tops. Everybody agree it's flat tops? The sell candles, right? We're going to need those to start closing below. Now, in the training, the candle that closes outside of the master, whether it's up or down, is considered the signal. but we must let it fully close because the last thing you want is price to be up here and you got 5 minutes left. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get in. Look, it's gotta be the close. It's gonna close above. And in the last 30 seconds, it does that. Type of one, if you understand the importance of let it close. Let it close. If you were scalping, I call it the 1 minute sonic boom. You were scalping on the 1 minute, and you're like, hey, I want to catch this next trade. And price is moving on the 1 minute. And while it's moving, remember, it's keeping the story. It's telling you, okay, we went there. All right. All right. So what's going to happen to the wick? It's going to go a little bit lower. It's going to keep showing you where it went. All right. Went a little bit higher. Right. And played around. Then it came back down here. And this is how you end up with wicks like that. And then it just closed in the middle. That's called an institutional candle. Why is it called that? You might as well call it the big bank candle. The big bank said, hey, you see all the little point on ones we got trapped in there? This person was buying, this person was selling. Oh, this person was buying, this person was selling. They chasing the trade. This person lotted up a lot, blew their account. This person blew their account. All right, we got a lot of people that got a high stop loss. You know, we got some people that didn't put a stop loss. We need to go a little bit higher. Boop, blown account, bloop, close the trade, and then they close in the middle. Listen, this gonna teach you to be patient and wait for the what? What's the most important part? We gotta wait for the what? Close. Wait for it to close. Not the breakout. Close. They broke out. It broke. Boop. But it closed inside. It broke out. Boop. But it closed inside. Wait for the close. Wait for the close. Wait for the close. Wait for the close. But most importantly, in this part of the phase, it's the retracement phase. We're not taking this trade, guys. I'm not talking to my veterans. I need my veterans to not talk about the retracement trade. We're not up to there. Right now, we're only teaching the highest winning percentage setup. So, again, we're waiting for the signal. In this case, the retracement part of the phase, we got the signal. It closed outside the box. But this is not our signal to get in the trade. The only reason why it's a signal is because it closed outside the max candle. It is a signal that says, hey, we're ready to go back to the base. Type of one, you understand what I just said. It's just saying, hey, we're ready to go back and go get the keys. We ran out too fast. We got to go back and get the keys. We got it? We got to go back and get the keys. So we're going to get excited, right? I want to help you raise your vibrations while you're trading, right? I'm telling y'all, I'll be talking to the charts. Yeah, buddy, let's go. You already know what we got to do. You got to go. Listen, you know you left the other stash in there. We got to go get it before we can go ahead, right? So we ready. I love it, right? We're going to be patient. We're going to let it do its thing. We're going to be patient. We're going to let it get there. We're getting more excited. Yes, raise the vibrations. Turn on your turn up music. Put on something. We getting ready. Getting ready. Maybe they throw a doji right here. Maybe they put a doji right there. Right, going to kiss mom, that part. Don't forget to kiss mom before leaving. But now they threw another doji in there. Do we have a new master candle technically? Let me know. Do we have a new master candle? No? Yes? Think about it. What's the rules? I didn't say we trade every master candle, but according to the rules, is there a master candle? Is it controlling a doji? We don't have a new level low Yana, and we're gonna get into that structure. but we do not have a new lower low. We are in the middle. Understand, let me add this for you guys. This is the high. Oh, baby, and this is the low. Until somebody break and close this or close this is the low. This is the high. There's nothing else. Everybody else is trapped. Everybody else is getting trapped. All of this is trapped. All of it. I promise you, all of it is. It's a trap. Because you're not entering at a key level. And if you took this sell, you're going against the trend because they just told you, I want to go up. They just told you, I want to go up. But for them to keep going up, they got to trap again. They got to get more people to sell. They need people to get in and sell. And I'm going to teach you how to finesse the sell. But right now, you don't take this trade. Because you're going to put your little stop loss probably right there. And you don't know that a buy ABC says consolidation expand up, come back to the base, and we're going to murder that high. Because we just went and robbed the bank. I always say this, the bank. We saw them leave. We went through the back door. We grabbed it, and we got to get out of there. So if you're the person that want to keep going against the trend and you keep trying to take this sell and you don't know how to finesse the sell yet, you're going to get caught. Because when they come up, what you think is going to happen to your stop loss? What's going to happen to all the people that kept trying to sell here? What's happening to all the people that tried to buy here, right? They're buying and they're selling. What's going to happen to both parties that caught up in a trap? Let me know. What's going to happen to everybody? Buyers, sellers, limit orders, stop orders, everybody. And they love to do this. That's why they do stuff like this. Hey, look at them. We taking all the money. Boop. And then we got some people that thought they was going to get away with it. They was like, you ain't catch me. I'm taking the sell. But they trying to go all the way down there. They trying to hold it forever. And, the GYTB snipers and the nerds, we over here like, yeah, look at them. We over here, the whole tribe, we chilling with our proper wrists watching it. Like, nah, we ain't getting in there. We gonna be waiting right here. We gonna be at the earth. Like, hey, yo, we gonna be down here. Stop loss gonna be safe. And we waiting. We avoided all of this because we not in there. We patient. We patient. We patient. We patient. We gonna let them do all the dojis and the traps and their master candle setups. We don't care. The only time we care about our master candle really is when we get down here, right? We want to get down here. Get up in here. Now it's game time. Now it's game time. Because now we retrace back to the consolidation. What's next? Right? We kept closing, trap, close, close, close. We in a sweet spot now. Now we in a sweet spot. Now, right? We see the buildup. We see it. We see it. I need you to see all the sellers that's getting in because they don't know what they're doing. They still at them academies that we left. They still over there. They still over there. And they trying to go low. They still over there. My bad. I forgot. Hold on. My bad, y'all. My bad. Think about the person that's getting in down there. Can y'all see the liquidity? Y'all don't pay me no mind. Can y'all see the liquidity? The money is right there. And what we gonna do to that money, y'all? This us. We ain't even in the trade yet. We chilling. We not even in the trade yet. Because we gonna wait for what to show up. What we need to show up for us to take advantage. What we need to see. What gotta come? Can y'all see all the sellers? Can y'all see them? Y'all see them? So I'm gonna take it away. I want y'all to see what that meant. When I say liquidity, yo, the emojis in the chat, it's crazy. Can y'all see it? Liquidity means other people's stop losses, right? Liquidity means other people's stop losses. So can you see where all the stop losses are? Right? I showed you, right? Do y'all think the stop losses up here? Is the liquidity up there? Can you see it? That's why sometimes I'll be like, oh, these textbook words, liquidity. I'm like, hey, yo, you couldn't just tell me that was somebody's stop loss? I can understand that. Just keep it simple. Like, it's somebody's stop loss. Like, why we gotta use all these words? Because you know why they want to use words like this to confuse people. Like, my guy, it's a stop loss. Like, somebody got their .01 in there. Tell me that. So, once again, what do we need to see? What needs to happen next? Because that's the thing. I'm teaching y'all what the story is. Let's go, Damon. So I'm talking about. We need the doji. We need that master candle setup. We need the confusion to set in. Because guess what? They just robbed everybody. So you know they gotta get everybody back in again. They gotta do it again. Hey, buyers, sellers, buyers, sellers. And we're like, we gonna buy, but we gonna wait. We gonna buy, but we gonna wait. Right, TJ? We got the ski mask on. What's your arsenal? What's your arsenal, right? What's your arsenal? Well, all right, boom. The doji came out. All right, boom. I could at least now put my box. I could at least now put my box, and now I'm gonna adjust my entry because now they gave me really where my entry supposed to be. Type 1, y'all saw it? We started at the top of the earth, the top of the consolidation, but we needed to master candle to come so we could see really where the exit is. We don't want to get caught inside. We got to get outside. Let me know if y'all follow. Right? You got to be outside the box. The stop loss got to be underneath the earth. Because guess what? If we don't even get all targets, which is to break the last high to make the new high, right? Because that's the goal of the cycle. You consolidate, expand, retrace, continue. So let's add the rest. Now, like I said, in the textbooks, they're going to call it a reversal, but to me, no, we continuing forward. Everybody got that? We went up, came back, continuation. So the goal is to do just that. But what if they don't make a new high? That's okay. This type of setup is your best setup because guess what? We can take this TP1 and run. We can do this. It's safe. We can take TP1 and run. We can get to the next high and run. We can get up here and run. We can get to the top of the last wick and decide to run. But when they make a new higher high, we have milked everything and it's time to run. Because what's going to happen next? The cycle is going to repeat again. It's going to do this again. Do you want to be up this much and then you lose 75% of that move? Right? Do you want to have this happen? And then you didn't get out and they rinsed and repeated it. It was like, hey, well, that big expansion move is a new expansion. We started the consolidation. We expanded. Do you want to lose 50% of this, 75% of this, maybe almost 88% of this? Because you might get a tap here and you keep going. But the goal is, remember, I want y'all to have sniper entries and sniper exits, right? I want you to have the best risk to reward. So on the days we take this stop loss hit, well, it can't outbeat this win. This loss, if we always keep the same 0.5% right here, it can't outbeat this. So I'm risking 0.5% to go for 2% basically. That's a great day. I'm risking 0.5% to almost make 2.5%. That loss can't catch up to the win. So the days that we get a fake out, because guess what? Nothing is perfect. The days it act like it was going to go and then it do this, we're not even upset. We're not even upset. Right? So let's get to this next part. Now, we still being patient. Nobody's in a trade yet, right? We don't have no reason to be in a trade yet because what's happening right now? What is happening right now, according to this picture? The trap is trapping. Yes, consolidation. All right. So the next candle opens. Am I getting in? Oh, snap. But look, it look like it's gonna close below. Should I just switch and think about taking a sell now? Should I just switch my mind? Maybe I should take a sell. Dang, it closed below. Should I take a sell? It's a signal. It closed outside the master candle. It's a signal. And it closed below the earth. Right? It's not my trade. And for one, what if it's a fake out? What if it's just a sweep? Because guess what? They love to sweep liquidity under the earth because they know somebody is holding the swing trade and they stop losses right there. It stop losses everywhere. Somebody stop loss right here. Right? Let's think about it. So this could be a sweep. And I know y'all saw it before. And the very next candle will do what, right? Come right back up and do that. And now you like, damn, yo. Ty, you told me if I get a master and a doji and it closed below, it's a signal. Man, you know what? This shit don't work. I ain't doing this. Let me go back to something else. Don't do that to yourself, guys. Right? Remember, no matter what, if this is a trap, but we saw the expansion go up first, the only way we can take a trade is after an expansion and retracement. So if this freshly closed below and we was gonna be able to take a sell from it, well, they gotta show us is real, right? They gotta keep expanding first. Expand, show me you for real. And I'll be like, oh, okay. This buy, all right, it's not happening. All right, cool. Because now I know we gotta do what? What do price need to do now? So B says retrace, Cato says retrace, Sully says retrace. You gotta go back. Hey, you gotta go back. And then I'm waiting for a new master candle here. And then if I get the signal, then when we close back, now it's game time. Now we're gonna go attack that low. Because the ABC switched. Right? But in a perfect world, they're gonna give us exactly what we want. And they usually do when you're patient. So take this off for a second. We want to see price finally close up. And let's go back to our purple candles. Right? Price finally closed up. This is the signal we want to see. Right? This is what we want to see. Everybody understand at this point, this is the signal, but we had to wait for it to close. What's even better is when it closed like that. Close as close as you can to my entry. I'm excited, right? Because if you close a little higher, obviously that means our entry is a little bit higher. But that's why it's all about an area. You can't, nobody could be so precise to get it right on the line. That's why sometimes you could call a trade, it'll close and your entry a little bit higher, or you can wait for it to get close back again. Because once you get the signal, the buy area is active, right? Because again, it's about an area. So this is telling me, hey, we active, the buy is turned on. So you might want to wait for the candle to retrace and hit here, right? Another doji might come out and hit here, but you're gonna get a chance to get in. And if you don't, then it's okay. You missed the trade. Wait for the next one, right? Because remember, price don't always just shoot straight up, right? Another candle can open, and then with Hakanashi candle, they kind of open like this. So as it's moving again, you get your chance to get in because we already got the signal on this particular candle. Let me know if that makes sense. You already got the signal. We're in the area. Right now, if the candle is like this, then no, we can't take the trade. Like they didn't give us a chance. There's nothing we can do about that. I would never want you, because the stop loss has to stay the same. If you enter here and you like this, then price has a real good chance to retrace and come test the entry again, right? So we don't ever want to enter when the candle closes that large because that's almost two targets, right? Let the trade retrace. And a lot of times it will do its own little ABCs on the way up, right? So let it retest. But this is the time where this is actually the signal, right? This was a signal to get excited. Another signal, get excited. The trap. This is the signal. Once this closed, we enter the trade. Once this one closed, the very next open, and some people are like, oh, but Todd look like it's a doji. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if the next candle like a doji. It's going to be a million different dojis, flat bottom, flat tops. But the point is, this was the signal. Let me know if it makes sense. That is your signal. So once this one closes and it is activated, you are looking to get in on the next trade. Okay, boom, a doji came out, it didn't move. It's okay. Now you got to be patient and relax. Now, if you're risking that 0.5% down here, then you should relax. Relax. We might hit TP1 really fast. Come back down, then hit TP2. Come back down to TP2, maybe even TP1, then hit TP3. And then some days we get this. It goes straight to the money. And we break the high. Let me know if this makes sense. And the great thing is, the same thing we use to map it out is the same thing we're going to use to enter. And we only worry about price when it's at the basis. Right? So I'm going to take all that off. Now, we're going to put this into action in real life. Y'all ready? I got to stop sharing because y'all can't see. We're going to do it together. Let me know if y'all ready to practice. Right? When I talk about learn, apply, learn, apply, learn, apply. So let's find you a setup. Because again, your setup is not always going to show up. But when it does, it's beautiful. So, all right. Get you guys ready. And let's work with this. Let's work with this area here. All right. Type a 6 if you're ready. I don't see enough sixes in the chat. I don't see enough energy in the chat. I don't see enough like, yo, she just broke this down, man. Simple. I'm about to go crazy. I'm about to be a future millionaire. Like, let's see it in the chat. 'Cause I don't like y'all, it can't get more simpler than what we doing over here with this ABC 1, 2, 3. It really can't. It really can't. All right. I think we all ready now. I think we all ready now. Celeste already, she put it in the nurse chat. All right, let me know when y'all can see the screen. You see it? You see it? All right. So in this picture, at this moment, we kind of have a triangle wedge. I call it consolidation still because we kind of have equal highs and equal lows. I would also call this a Pac-Man because right now, do we know which way this thing really want to go? Do we really know? Do we know? It can do anything it wanted. Even if we thought we knew, nothing is guaranteed. We don't know what it want to do. It's Pac-Man. So our job is to do what? We're going to pull out our CRC. We're going to put it here so we can remember what we're waiting for. So are we in the first phase? Do we have consolidation going on right now? Can we give this a check? And we say, yep, it's a trap. Yep, it's a trap. They stuck. And the thing about this trap, the trap is getting tighter and tighter. The trap is getting tighter and tighter, right? It was kind of wide. But you notice it's getting tighter, tighter, tighter. It got to explode eventually, right? They shaking up that champagne bottle. Now, Do we have a master candle present? Do we have a master candle present at this time? Let me see. I pointed out. Where's the master candle? Right. It's the main one, right? And we want to talk about future price, right? The new one, fresh data, not old data. We done took the money out that master. We done robbed it already. Right. We want to focus on fresh data because we want to be ready. Perfect. That is the master candle. You got it. Now, whoever put this one, that is a master. You are correct. Right? You are correct. This was a master. And Price did what? It came away from it, came back. Would have been a nice little quick trade, right? And I always say when you put in your rectangle on the master, slide this over and it will hug the master so then I know which one you're really talking about. Now this is the second master. What happened to this master? Okay, they broke out of it. Cool. Came back, took the money out of it. The money's gone. Right? The money's gone. They tapped into it. Now we got the freshest data. We didn't come out of this one yet, so it's still fresh. Make sense? Let me know. Right? So right here, this is our new base. And I usually put mine red, old school, consolidation. Now, because price is moving down, pushing up, moving down, and I always say an upward wedge usually leads to a downward move, but nothing is guaranteed in trading. It can lead to upward move. The great thing about us, everybody just put an I in the chat for, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care which way the big banks want to go. I can't control it yet. So listen, sir, if you want to go up and show me today's up, I'm going to be with you. If you're going to go down today, I don't care. I just need to first spot the consolidation, right? And I'll wait for the expansion. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to wait for the expansion. Which way are they saying that they want to go today? And I know this is the daily time frame, but don't think about it as daily. Just this could be the 1 minute. It could be the 10 minute. It could be the 1 hour, 4 hour. We're just gonna follow the same cycle. They're yelling to us. They're loud. They're like, hey, we want to sell. So now we can say check, check, boom. We now can prep to eat. But first, they need to do what and come back to the base. They need to get back to the base. Now for us, right, keep in mind, they like to create these waves that they don't come back to right away. Like they like to go like this. They don't come all the way to the top, and then they'll curve. They won't come all the way to the top. Then they're curve, right? They're leaving this money for later. So that's why it's this thing about that quarter theory we went over, right? Like, hey, if they give us this long move, we want to wait till they come back at least between 50 and 75%. And when they come back up and then we wait for the curve, obviously we love when they come into the base, but they may not come. They may leave a supply chain for later. Type of one if that makes sense, if you've seen it, right? They didn't go all the way back to the full top, right? But we know the bank zone is between this quarter point, right? Make it green. It's our sweet spot, right? And we know a lot of people love 50%, 61.8, 78.6, 88.6. We don't care. We're going to wait for the frequency to turn. So if the frequency comes into the base, then we will enter at the 75%. If you miss it, this is your last chance to get in at the 61.8 and 50%, right? But I prefer 75-50. Now, what if they come up into the green zone and then they get to the 61.8 and then turn? Then we get in. If they do the 50%, then turn, then we get in. Let me know if it makes sense. Right? So, but are they ready to retrace yet? Because again, if we don't got no fib, it's okay. Right? Because I didn't even really teach you how to do the fib yet, but Guess what? You do not need the fib. The fib is a training wheel. The fib is a training wheel. So I'm gonna show you how to do it without the fib. So we already have an idea that price for us needs to be a decent discount. I'm not sure what shot pointing to right now. So what do we need to see next? We need a turn to happen. We need that doji to come out. It didn't come out yet. We good now? We got a doji. Right. Got this base. And just for visual, I'm putting a box on this one for now just because we can see where the master candle is with the doji. But in all reality, we don't want to put a thick box here. Because if they telling us they want to go low, we don't want to start looking at this like, oh, this is support and it's a buy level. And yes, we expect price to go up, but we don't want to look at that like that. We really want to have a thin line so we can remember that this low is weak. That we're going to actually look to break that. Right? This is weak. It's weak. This is thick. Master candle is strong. Right? This is strong. So that's why I want to keep a zone here and a thin line down here. Because so far they telling me, hey, I want to go down, gonna come up, and then I want to do that. Right? We love when it come all the way in, but if it don't, it's okay. We just know it needs to be between that 75 and 50% area. So if you want, you could just even put a little line there to showcase you want that to be broken. So you can start to get excited. Because remember, when we get the signal to go up, we're just going to get excited. Because we're going to look to sell because they told us they want to sell. Everybody got that? And when you're doing if you notice you get a big breakout down, just pull out your ABC so you can remember what you're doing. Hey, it dropped. Perfect. All right, I got to be patient. Let it come back. And when we get here, we get into this area, then it's go time, right? We get somewhere in this area. So what if price keep going lower? Well, then it wasn't finished. That's all that means. If it goes lower, it wasn't finished. Right? We having some movement. And the thing is, we do take these retracement buys. Don't get me wrong. We do take it because we understand the story, right? We understand the story. But for a new trader, for you to have the highest win percentage, you won't take this buy. Type of 3 if you understand what I'm saying, right? If you want to have the highest winning percentage, you will not take this buy. Now, if I call a trade, I'll take it. if I call it out now, I need you to take it. But I need you to not take this on your own, okay? That's where you get to earn and learn at the same time. Don't do it, right? So now we wanted to get up here, but let's just say it don't. What do we need to see come up so we can look to take the trade? What needs to happen? And this is the best part about it. We're just rinsing and repeating the same thing. What do we need to show up? Yes, a doji. Still not ready. Is it time to start paying attention now? Is it time to get our money box? Is it time to be like, oh, hold on now. We in that sweet spot. And we could pull a fib out just to see where it's at. Right? Because we got to measure the entire expansion move. That's where the fib belongs on. Only the expansion move the fib belongs on. Because this is a retracement tool. So we want to retrace to the key area. So right now we're at the sweet spot. And this is where they decided to put our first doji. Now, are we above the 50%? Are we above the 50%? Because that was the key. We need at least 50% discount. We above. As long as we above and we in that entry zone, we just had to wait for the structure and the price action to show up. So right now we in there. So now we gotta wait for a signal. Now we need the signal. So how do I prep my risk? Right? Well, I can start here, 50% area. Right? But I gotta be above the base. Everybody got that? Above this master, because guess what? All of this is a test zone. All of this is a test. They can trigger us early and still do this. So we need to make sure this is not above here because that's in the middle of the test zone. We got to be above. The safest spot is the 1.2. And we're looking to exit no further than the 25%. 38.2, 32.8 is popular. We don't want to be there because that's where everybody's going to look to exit and your spread probably won't close the trade. So you're going to use the quarter point to get out. Right? So don't never put this in your test zone. That's dangerous above. So now we need to wait for what? What's next? What's the last thing we need to wait for? Again, more patience. But patience gets you paid. And when you get nice enough, it's really no more patience. You do like we do on Sunday, and we just look for the best one that's ready. One of these pairs gonna be ready, y'all. We got so many to choose from. It's beautiful. Because when you start caring about the name, you're just like, wait, did it happen? Well, what's the name? Who cares? I just need to calculate. Oh, that's my risk. Okay, cool. It's gonna be 0.5% for you too. Doesn't matter. Everybody's gonna get 0.5%. Cares about the name? Doesn't matter. Did I get my structure? Can my account handle the risk? Then I can take the trade. And I know I'm not gonna be greedy, and I'm not gonna stay in this trade no further past minus 25%. Is that a signal? Did we get the signal? Is this a signal? Did it close outside? Is it official? And guess what? Before the signal happened, we should know what our risk is. We should be ready to go. The signal is there. Type of 3 if we in the trade together. Type of 3 if we all in this trade. We in the trade. What happens if the next king do this? Are you gonna get out the trade? These are the things we gotta talk about, right? Because as a new trader, you're gonna say, "Oh no, I'm gonna hold on," but a lot of people get nervous. They're like, oh God, we're in drawdown. I'm in negative." Yes, but that's why we got a safety net. This box is your safety net. You got room to breathe. You use the 0.5%, chill out. You only risk a 0.5%, chill out, relax, let it do what it's gonna do. Because guess what? Even if it hit it, it's okay. We needed it to hit it so we don't lose the whole account. We gotta have a pause somewhere. But if we stick to this process, I promise you're gonna win more than you lose. You just gotta stick with it. You gotta stick with it, right? So let's see what happens though. All right, let's see what happens next candle. At this point, we just hit TP1. Quarter point. TP1. Now, before that TP1, they gave another doji. So this gets me excited. I'm like, okay, cool. Because guess what? If you break below, that's sexy. If you go up, it's okay. It's a retest. I'm going to get excited because I know it's probably 15 people that was too scared to miss the trade, and I could maybe get them back in the trade if it come back up. Because price do like to retest at the entry quite a few times. Right? So let's see what happens. But in this case, it closed below. We happy. We excited. Because we understand now what this story means. We understand what the story means. Right? All right, we just hit TP2. And the only reason why we getting only 3 targets because price didn't come up here and give us that sexy 75% entry. We really want that 75%, but we willing to take the 50% ABC. Right? Consolidation, expansion, come back, get into my sweet spot, and then we looking to exit no further than this because once we get to minus 25%, we gain back 100% of this move. We don't want to be greedy and then start the cycle over. At this point, everybody is done with the trade. We done. All targets hit. We are finished. We finished. Did it go lower? Yes. Do we care? No. We did our job. Type of 1, if you understand Do not worry about this piece. Don't worry about that piece. Don't worry about that piece. We just finessed the hell out the market right here with this move. We just finessed it. We don't need nothing else. This is securing the fact that while you sleep, and I know the rest of the world's at this 38.2, 32.8, we out at 25%, and we avoided the spread, we avoided the extra stuff, and our trade not closing because we just felt like I gotta get that little extra piece. I want that little extra piece. No, you don't. You want a sniper exit. Let me know if it makes sense. We want sexy entries, sexy exit, because if we stay too long, right, it's gonna have to start retracing all over. If it go lower, we will wait for another setup. But we are supposed to get out at this ABC, right? And then if you notice, let me take this off real quick. If you notice, right, they will give you new setups. Like, look at this nice setup. They broke away. Did they come back to it? This time we got the whole thing. This time it gave us the whole thing. Those are the sexy, sexy ones, right? Hey, we're going to get that all the way up here. Close below the 75%. They gave us another chance. Close below the 75%. Now we getting TP1, 2, 3, 4. Closed out perfectly. Now, if you'd have stayed in this one, what happened? If you was greedy and you didn't get out, oh, that's the wrong one. If you was greedy and didn't get out, look how much you losing back. Like they came back all the way to your entry. Are you sick or nah at this point? You had to break a whole new ABC, 0 to A. Retest the expansion. Boom. And look, they want that little bit of peace for where the masses be at, but we already out. We chilling. We out of the trade. We don't want this part to happen. So we don't be greedy because what happens is people see like, oh, but Ty, look how much further it dropped. That's nice. That's not ours. This ours. The next one. This ours. That belongs to us. And then when we start getting extra fancy, then this will be ours too. Woo! Yeah, it's gonna be beautiful, y'all. All right, y'all. We're gonna stop there. I think we got a good foundation tonight. Y'all have an amazing evening.